And now in this particular session, we are going to be discussing about how to access elements or tags, how to access classes from HTML to JavaScript, and access IDs from HTML to JavaScript. Okay, so one by one we will see. One more thing you have to get understand: elements are stored in HTML array based. Classes are stored in HTML again array based, but IDs are not array based. IDs are unique. So if you want to access elements, we need to write a method called document dot. Let me write something. Document dot get elements by tag name. This is the syntax. This is case sensitive, guys. Please remember it. And whatever the tag you have, tag name you have, and you need to specify the syntax of the array here. That should be something like index. Index is must. This is the syntax for accessing elements. This is the syntax of accessing elements from HTML to JavaScript. And for the classes, document.getElements by tag name, and here this will be the class name. This time this will be the class name. You have to remember one thing: document.getElements, elements nothing but plural. Elements nothing but plural. 1 second. Okay, so document.getElements by tag name, document.getElements by class name. Everything is going to be plural here. But coming to the ID, document.getElement by ID, not elements here. Document.getElement by ID. This is singular, and you have to give your ID name. And here you have to give the class name. Here tag name, here class name, here ID name. But ID, this is ID, this is the tag name. Document.getElements by tag name, document.getElements by class name, document.getElement by ID. This is singular. This is not having any index. Okay, we will write all the programs one by one. First, I will go with elements. How to access elements? I will take one by one all programs. Access elements. Access first of all elements, then classes, then ID. Everything I will write in the single program. First of all, I will go for element, then I will go for class, then I will go for ID. The three things I will share with the one program. Let me write a script. Before that, I will try to write HTML content. HTML, inside the HTML, let me write some body. Inside the body, I will be taking H1, web development. And this is element, guys. This is element. There are two elements available. There are two elements available. Now I'm going with the classes. Now I'm going with the classes. For classes, I will take H2. H2. Again, web development. Okay, so this is actually having one more H2. Now this is having some class. Class is 1. Again for this, class is 1. Class is 1. Now I'm taking H3. H3. This is having ID. So ID is equal to 1. And again, web development. I'm writing something like web development. Now I'm trying to writing some script over there. Script open, script close. First one is access elements. How to access elements? I want to access these two elements, H1 by element name. Document dot get elements by tag name. Name of the tag is h1 of 0. First one is 0. 0 I'm accessing, and second one is something like Hyderabad. I'm telling this one is Hyderabad. Okay. Document.getElements by tag name h1 of 0, and whatever the value I will be having inside, that will be the method called inner HTML. Inner HTML is nothing but the content which is available inside the tag. The content which is going to be available inside the tag is called inner HTML. So I'm accessing that, and I'm storing in the X variable. X is going to be storing something, and finally I will show the alert box. Alert is X. So everybody got understand what I'm writing here? Document.getElements by tag name h1 of 0. h1 of 0 is nothing but first one. This is sorry. This is the 0 1. This is 0. This is the element 0, and this is the element 1. Why? Because all your h1s are storing in one array. All your h1s are storing in one array. So what I'm trying to doing is I will access the first h1. First h1 is going to be accessing with the 0th index, and the variable value X is going to be inner HTML of document.getElements by tag name h1 of 0. So what is happening here? This is the method. This is the method which is going to be accessing the first h1, and I am taking the web development. Web development is your inner HTML. I'm storing with X, and finally I'm showing the alert box X. That's it. That's it. So if you have any question, please ask me in the chat box. I will tell you. Can I render this one? Right click on this, open in default browser. I will be having something web development I got. Web development I got. Web development is the output. That will be the inner HTML. That will be the inner HTML. Inner HTML is the method. Inner HTML is the method. Okay. If I say h1 of 1. If I say h1 of 1, what is the output for this? The output should be Hyderabad now. The output should be Hyderabad now. Why? Because second h1 is having inner HTML called Hyderabad. Now I got output called Hyderabad. Everybody got to understand how to access elements? Everybody got to understand how to access element? Please ping me in the chat box. Please ping me in the chat box, everyone. Okay, second one, important. This is important. This is important. If you don't understand, please ask me. Access classes. Access classes. So how to access classes? Concept is same. Concept is same. Now where y is equal to document dot get elements by class name. The name of the class will be 1, and 1 of 0 dot inner HTML. Dot inner HTML. This should be web development. This should be something like a CGG, your company name. And 1 of 1, I'm accessing 1 of 1. 1 of 1 means the second h2 I'm accessing. And let me print alert box, alert of y. So I should get 2 alert boxes now. I should get 2 alert boxes. First alert is printing Hyderabad. Second alert is printing CGG. First alert is printing Hyderabad. Second alert will print CGG. So first one Hyderabad, second one CGG. JavaScript executes line by line. JavaScript executes line by line. Line by line code is executing. In the first time, I'm executing this one. 13th line is executing. Next time, 17th line is executing. Line by line execution. Line by line execution. Am I clear, everyone? Line by line execution this is. And how to access ID? How to access ID? Accessing ID is very simple. So where z is equal to document dot get element by ID. ID name. ID name is 1. Only ID is 1 actually, any queue. This is not having any index and all. Dot inner HTML. Dot inner HTML. I'm trying to accessing that, and I'm showing alert box. Alert is Z. Alert is Z. So we have three lines of the coding script. In the first line, I'm accessing elements. In the second line, I'm accessing classes. In the third line, I'm accessing the ID. So three alert boxes I can able to see now. Three alert boxes I can able to see now. Right click on this, open in browser. So first time I'm getting Hyderabad. This is from element. CGG from classes. Web development from ID. Web development from ID. Okay, I hope you got to understand how elements are accessing, how classes are accessing, how ID is accessing. Remember one thing, ID is singular, classes are plural, elements also plural. We are trying to accessing your DOM elements, The method is very simple, inner HTML. We are understanding about inner HTML method. So what is this inner HTML syntax is? Inner HTML, inner text of element. Inner text of element. Whenever you access inner text of element, this is the basic procedure. This is the basic procedure. Am I clear, everyone? Inner HTML is the method where you can able to work with the inner text of the element. So instead of alert, I will do one thing now. Please, I'm changing the alerts now. I don't want to show the alerts here. So I just want to override the X value. X is equal to something I'm writing. So web development is simple. Web development is simple. I'm writing something. X is equal to web development is simple, and Y is equal to web development simple. I'm changing the Y value. Overriding now. X is overriding something, Y is overriding something, and Z also overriding something. Z is equal to same concept. Same concept. So Z is equal to something. Z is equal to web development is simple. Now you try to execute. We don't get any alert box now. So what is happening? Web development is simple. I just want to print. Web development is simple. I want to print. Then what I want to do again? Document.getElement by tag name inner HTML. Inner HTML is equal to X. I'm trying to overriding again, guys. I'm trying to overriding again with the Y value. So this one, print here is equal to Y. Y is going to be storing with this. Y is going to be storing with this. And now this one, getElement by ID inner HTML is going to be storing with the Z. Z is the value which is going to be available. Z is the value which is going to be available for the thing, whatever you have. Okay, finally output will be very, very different. Output is very, very different. Web development is simple. I got updated web development is simple. Web development is simple. This one got updated. And what about the second one, third one? What about second one, third one? So instead of writing all these things, what we can do? Directly you can write like this. Huh? So web development is simple. Cut it. Inner HTML is equal to something. This one. Web development is simple. I'm trying to overriding this one. Okay, so this one I'm just trying to working with the inner HTML. So just copy this one. Inner HTML is equal to this one and is equal to this one. I'm trying to switching off all these things. I don't want to execute all this code. Just try to override the content. Inner HTML I'm trying to override with some other content. Now save it and try to execute it. Your H1 got changed, your H2 got changed, and your ID got changed. So you're trying to overriding the values. But in HTML, we have Hyderabad, we have CGG, we have the web development. Coming to the output, we will be having web development is simple, Hyderabad overridden, CGG overridden, and web development overridden. Development overridden. So you can able to override the value using with the inner HTML method. Inner HTML method. Hope everybody got to understand how inner HTML is working. Inner HTML is working. Inner HTML method is working. Is it clear, everyone? Still any confusions? I'll go with the next topic called events. Yes. Yes, Manish Yadav. So let me go with one more concept like events, how to work with events. There are multiple events which are available in JavaScript. So events are important in any programming. And one more thing, event is a group of statements which can execute in a particular situation. And how to provide event, and there are a lot of events available in JavaScript. One is a click event, one is the DBL click. DBL click means double click. One is a mouse over, one is a mouse out, one is a mouse move, one is a key up, one is a key press, one is a key up, one is a key press, one is a key down, and one is a focus, one is a blur. So these are the multiple kind of events. Let me tell you one by one. If you understand the first event, automatically remaining all events you can able to easily get understood. So writing event is very simple. If you want to write an event, we need to write a function understanding process also. Let me try to work with the events first. So let me go over the click event, how click event is working for you. Click. So click event. So first of all, I want to access the ID. So let me get ID, document dot get element by ID name dot one method called add event listener. This is the important method you have to remember. A small letter, E capital letter, L capital letter. This is called camel case. Get element by ID also in the camel case. Add event listener also in the camel case. And add event listener having two parameters. One is a event name. One is the event handler. Function 1 or click function. This is the click function. CLICK FUN. This function is your wish. Whatever the name of the function you want, you can take. I'm just accessing the element and adding add event listener, and with a handler of two functionalities. So one parameter is event name, one parameter is event handler. So I want to create a function. My function name is click function, and it should be having some body of the function. Okay. Alert something like event fired. Okay. Process of event. Process raskuna chudandi. Process I'm writing first. First point is access element or class or ID. Second point, add event by method called add event by method called add event listener. And the third point, add two parameters. Parameters. The first parameter is what? Event name. Second parameter is event handler. And fourth point, event handler should be a function with function implementation. Should be a function with function implementation. Okay, so these are the different kind of steps we need to follow. So can I write click event first? Can I write click event first? Please respond, guys. Can I write a program for click event? Yes, sure. Let me take a program and take a new program. This will be a click event. Click event. Click event.html. Click event.html. How to create a HTML file. Okay, first of all, you should be having your HTML content, and inside HTML, I should take a body, and inside the body, I'll take a button. Let me take a button. Click me button or paragraph or H1, whatever you want, you can take. I'm taking button. But button having some ID now. Let's take ID for this. ID is BTN. And after the body, I'm writing some script now. Script open, script close. So the first method is access your element, and this is the click function. Click event. How to work with the click event? Write one by one. I'm writing everything in the single step. Document dot get element by ID. ID name is BTN dot add event listener. The listener name is click, and the handler name is whatever the event handler name you want, you can take. I am taking click event. I'm taking handler name is click event, click underscore event, and write a function now. The second step is implementation of your event handler. Implementation of event handler. So let me write a function. Yeah, function click event should be having some parentheses, and this will be the function body. Okay, so what I want to do when I click on button, alert button clicked. Okay, so let me try to execute this one, guys. Open in default browser, and we will be having some button over there. And when I click on the button, event got fired, button clicked. Event got fired, button clicked. Alert came. Alert is the functionality of the button click. When I do button click, button, I am not actually having some style for the button. Let me write some style for the button. Button is not look like good. Style of the button. Button is having some background color, good. And padding should be 20 pixel. Border radius, okay, 10 pixel. And the color for the button is white color. Now your button is look like good now. So let's see the button. Where is the button? This is the button. And font size, font weight bold. Can I give font weight? So I hope you people, everybody got remember all these CSS properties. Let me click on the button. When I click on the button, I got a button click event. So what happened? When I clicked on button, what is happening? Button click. Everybody got to understand how button click is working now? Everybody got to understand how button click is working? Please tell me. This is important. If you understand first event, all events are same. I will tell you all events one by one. Yeah, fine. So what I want to do when I click on button, instead of after alert box, I want to change inner HTML of the button. Okay. Button dot inner HTML is equal to clicked. So this is basically we already learned inner HTML getting changed. So once you refresh it, click on this. What happened now? This is going to be change the text called clicked. This is getting change value called clicked. Can you see that? Can you see that? Clicked is came. So that is your wish. What however you want, you can do that. However you want, you can do that. And when I do click on the button, I will change the background color of the button. I will change the background color of the button. So btn from JavaScript only I'm doing dot style dot background color is equal to light blue. So just understand this is a new topic now. Style dot background color. Dynamically I'm changing the CSS. Dynamically I'm changing the CSS. Style dot background color light blue. So just try to understand. And I do click button clicked, and after clicked the button, once I click the button, so click me got background color changed. Now background color changed. Background color moving to light blue. Why? Because I'm giving the line called background color method. So this method is important. Style dot something. So this property I will tell later. Dynamic CSS changing, dynamic HTML. Dynamic HTML changing with inner HTML. Dynamic CSS changing with the style property. Dot style dot property. So we will discuss later that one. This is called a click event, guys. This is called a click event. Let us go for double click. Let us go for double click. Everybody clear this one? Let me go for double click. Yeah. So copy this and take new, paste it. This one double click me. Double click me. So as usual, what the thing is, button double clicked, and here the event name is DBL click. Here the event name is DBL click, and this one I got changed with program name DBL underscore click dot HTML. This is DBL click. Let me execute it, guys. Only the thing is I got changed with single click is not working now. When I do double click, button double clicked. When I do double click, I got output button double clicked. Button double clicked. That's it. So this is called click event and double click event. Only the event name I'm changing. Process is same. But event name I'm changing. This event handler name, your wish. Whatever the name you want, you can put your. Now I'll do mouse over, mouse out now. I'll do mouse over, mouse out. Mouse events. Mouse events dot HTML. Okay, so let me take H1, guys. Okay, so H1 is web development. For H1, I'm writing a different style. Style is good actually. H1 having some background color, something like a light green color background. Then I'm giving color. Color will be black as usual. And the text align center. Okay, font style italic. That's it, fine. So what is the script for this? What is the script for this? I want to write the script now. Script. Better I can take ID here. ID is something like head. HEAD. Access the ID first. Document dot get element by ID. ID name is header dot add event listener. Okay, so this is ID. Directly I can provide add event listener. And the first one, mouse over. When I do mouse over, I want to do function one. For function one, I want to write a function one. It should be having something dot head dot background color light green color changing to dot style dot background color changing to light blue. Light blue. Okay, this is the mouse over function. This is the mouse over function. And when I do mouse out function, head dot mouse out. When I do mouse out, I need to call the function 2. For function 2, I will write style dot background color. Just remove the background. That's it. Okay, let me execute this, guys. Now open in default browser, and you will be having your H1. What I want to do, I want to do a mouse over. When I do mouse over, blue color. When I do mouse out, as usual, green. Can you see? Mouse over and mouse out. I'm doing a mouse operation now. I'm doing a mouse event now. We are hovering the mouse and we are outing the mouse. We are making out, we are making over. We are making over, we are making out. Two functions are working. One is mouse over, one is mouse out. Everybody got understand? Okay, concept is same. You can try with any event. All events are working with the same process. All events are working with the same procedure. Yeah. So let me go with the new program. This will be for focus blur. Focus blur. So guys, understand, focus blur will work only for text inputs, not for any other elements. Focus blur work only for the text inputs. Input type text and placeholder. Use enter your name. So let me write some script now. This script will be document dot get elements by tag name. The name of the tag is input of 0. Even you have single element, you need to take a 0. I'm having only one input. Even though I'm taking the 0, 0 is compulsory. Why? Because that is going to be storing with array. Elements are storing with array, classes are storing with array. ID is only unique. Dot add event listener. Listener name is focus. Listener name is focus. Comma 1 function 1. Let me write a function fun1 should be having, when I do focus, I want to change the background color. I want to change the background color. Dot style dot background color. I'm changing background color is equal to, I want to go for the light gray color. Light gray color. Okay, let me go for the back. Back means blur. When I do blur, when I do event called blur event, and function 2 is calling. For function 2, I'm just removing the light gray color. That's it. And open in default browser, you will be having two events now. One is focus. Focus nothing but you are clicking inside the text box. Focus is nothing but you are clicking inside the text box. I'm clicking inside the text box, that is focus. Blur means clicking outside of the text box. Focus means clicking inside of the text box. Blur means clicking outside of the text box. Clicking inside of the text box. Blur means clicking outside of the text box. One important point, note here, focus and blur works for inputs only. Inputs only. Only for inputs, focus and blur events will work. So in the next class, we will discuss about key events, key up, key press, key down, all events. Okay. We already discussed about click, double click, mouse over, mouse out. Mouse move also same. You try with the mouse move. Okay. And the key events we will discuss with the one program in the next class. Okay, guys. Everything is getting understanding or not? Please let me know.